that, you know, Errol may not be fighting Fundora next. It may be Erislandy Lara. So that's the good word. That he might be fighting Errol next. Errol and Lara. So I don't know if that means you're gonna be Crawford or Fundora, because then you got, you know, Canelo Alvarez that's negotiating right now once again with Chris Eubanks, and possibly to fight in the UK next, or to fight Eubanks in general next. So check out the Box Room playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button, hit all notifications, appreciations, get notifications when we go live and drop videos. So yeah. So that's the good word, is that Lara and Spence may actually be next. So I don't know what happened with the Fundora fight. That means, you know, Errol Spence will be making a 160-pound debut. I don't know if it's going to be a catch weight, the full 160, or what Fundora going to do, because right now there was an issue with getting Errol Spence ranked inside the top. There was an issue with getting Errol Spence ranked inside the WBO top 15. So I don't know if the WBO just refused to do it. You got to remember too, they said that the president, Paco, retired. They said he retired. So with him retiring, who knows who the new president is and what the relationship is like between them and the PBC. And for a while, the PBC wasn't messing with, the WBO. You know, a lot of people thought it had a lot to do with Bud. That's what the word was. It had to do a lot to do with Bud. And them not wanting to acknowledge it, and didn't acknowledge him as a champion, and stop acknowledging the WBO champions, and that and the third. So maybe the WBO like, no, we ain't about to sanction you, dog. Or maybe they asked for amount of money, and the PBC was like, no, the word on the street, the PBC ain't got no money to burn no more. You already know when they say you start going to your personal pockets to fund your business, y'all both go broke. The business in you. So I probably ain't digging too far into his personal pockets to fund this venture. So maybe Fundora, maybe him and Crawford, will fight. Because really, what else do Crawford got left? If Canelo fight Eubanks, then where did Crawford go? And then you got to ask yourself, where did that leave David Benavidez? Because David Benavidez was actually supposed to, go fight the Better Be Evan Beaver winner. Y'all remember that? And now they had a draw. They both could take interim fights, and they come back in October. So that throw a monkey wrench in David Benavidez's plans. That threw a monkey wrench in his plans. So yeah, but if it's Lara and Errol Spence, if that's true and that's been out there, and Errol's supposed to be a backup plan, and maybe we might get Spence and Fundora and Terence Crawford, don't know. So I don't know what if Lara and Spence gonna headline this on card on pay-per-view. That's gonna be a tough sell, and that's a tough fight for Errol. Is it as tough as the Fundora fight? I would probably say no, because Erislandy Lara like to play with his food too much. You had a Danny Garcia that was in there clearly not trying, and it still took him forever and a day, I think 9 rounds, to get him out of there. It still took him 9 rounds to get him out of there. So, one thing about Lara, he's going to play with his food, he's going to play around. Only time he got a killer instinct is if you hurt him. Like Angulo did, and then he'll blow fire. But, for Errol Spence, he should press. He should come out there and maybe press Erislandy Lara, treat him like an old man. And maybe Lara might get old overnight. He captured his second world title in 2 weight classes. But I do think Fundora is probably still the tougher fight, because he's younger and fresher. But, Lara ain't never been stopped. I felt that, he got robbed. He robbed, Paul Williams. He got robbed by Paul Williams, but then he got to give versus Carlos Molina back in the day. That's, Carlos Molina really got down on him. That might have been the worst loss he had. Well, he never had. They gave him a decision. So, but if that's the case, that's the case. If that's the case, and Errol really gonna fight Lara, then we gotta see what Fundora about to do. So, Bud kind of been quiet. Fundora kind of been quiet. Errol kind of been quiet. And then you heard baby mama's boy saying that Errol gets shelved for taking the Crawford fight. Well, I can also tell y'all that he had some problems. You know, the word on the street was he had some problems getting his fight sanctioned because of his eye. Because you think about it, PBC really can't afford to shelf nobody. Once you think about it, PBC really can't afford to shelf nobody. They can't. They can't afford to shelf nobody. They really can't afford to shelf nobody. You know, the whole situation they going through with Tank, Errol, them they two stars, and then Benavidez not being able to get B1 better BF. You know, him and Morales is a solid fight. But for the most part, you know, they can't afford to shelf nobody. They two top well-known fighters is Tank and Benavidez, and right now it ain't going as planned. You could throw Errol in there. You know, it's not going as planned. It is not going as planned. Not going as planned. So, like I said before, only thing that make Lara less dangerous than Fundora is just his age and his lack of aggression. That's it. That's truly it. His age and his lack of aggression. That's it. His age and his lack of aggression. But to me, it's still a good fight. I'll still watch it. You got to understand, Errol, whenever he coming back in January, February, nothing really been announced yet. Maybe at the earliest you might see something announced in November, December. So ain't really nothing been announced yet. But coming off a year and a half layoff, going on 2 years, depending on when they fight. Lara just fought, August versus Danny Garcia, July, August, September. I think it was September. So he got the upper hand. But, yeah, PBC is close to being over with. I think it's just how it's going to end. No revival is coming. No network is coming to save the day. Is it will I save? I want to be saved. There ain't no network coming to save the day. You know, all they stars they could have had, they protected them. They made them soft. They made them businessmen. You know, they turned these fighters, these stone cold fighting machines into businessmen. They paid them to drop belts. They paid them to avoid certain fights. They paid them top dollar for fights that didn't make a real profit or didn't really advance their career in the way it was supposed to. And, you know, you got what you got now. And the real story is going to be about 4, 5 years after they retire, 7 years after they retire. They still got that money. That little bit of money that they was making, bro, I'm telling you, was nothing in the grand scheme of things. It's nothing. That little bit of, unless they invested that money, it was nothing. I'm telling you, it was absolutely nothing. You got guys that's making $40, $50 million a year in the NBA and NFL, and they gonna go broke. Because you gotta be able to manage money. I say this all the time. There's people out here that's making a 9 to 5. There's people that's out here making a 9 to 5 that's more financially stable than dudes in the NBA. In the NFL, you heard Travis Kelce say that when he did The Bachelor, he only did it because he was broke. He couldn't pay his rent in the off season. Whatever TV show he did. That's crazy. That's super duper crazy. So it's all about management. Investments, management, stuff of that nature. That's what it's about. fighting Errol Spence next, so I don't know where Fundora go from here. Canelo possibly fight Eubanks going a different route. You might get Crawford Fundora after all. So we'll see how they chopping it up. Word of the street is Turkey out of sheep. Only can do fights in Riyadh season, Saudi Arabia, according to Bob. So yeah, it's gonna get very interesting out here, man. So thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, the subscribe button is the bell icon button, hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications, we go live with our video. Financially, you want to support the channel, cash up, $CJ Good313, Venmo CJ Good313, PayPal link in the description, hit the link tree, find me on X, Instagram, Spotify.